Oh, um, back once again. So yeah, last time I was working on the mission system for survival game, and I just thought I would start carrying on. Let me just right. There we go. Didn't have any of the Twitch stuff turned on. I want to develop a few more systems, and the most notable of which in survival games is crafting, of course. So this means I unfortunately need to create more data tables, which means I'm going to have to go and do some Java stuff and then some Unreal Engine stuff and make new classes and objects and load the tables and read the tables and blah blah blah. Now I could show me doing that, but I feel like that's the sort of thing that would be kind of, I don't know, it's interesting for some people, but I feel like it's a better thing for me to do when I've got nothing else to do, perhaps like later this evening. However, before I even attempt to do this, I obviously need some items that can be crafted and some basic materials to be found, which means I need to make more 3D models and icons and put them into my game. So just gonna have a relatively chill experience and make some 3D models in this. So yeah, now something I hadn't quite considered is I can actually create and save color palettes in Magic of Voxel. And that's going to be kind of important because, unless I'm mistaken, if I go to the render, this is actually where you define what things are what materials. So you've got like metal, diffuse emit, glass, cloud, blend, whatever. And so it would be worth keeping them relatively consistent. So it would make sense to sort of make a default color palette, and you have like a light wood, dark wood, and so on and so forth until you coincidentally end up with like a preset of, you know, for all the basic materials and stuff you'd want to use. You'd probably have like glass being pretty much all the same throughout, and that kind of thing. Obviously I can recreate it manually, but it'd be practical to do it otherwise in here. Anyway, here we are. Right, so I need to make a couple more materials and not materials, models. So I need somewhere to list things. Let's go Notepad. Right. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I could, for instance, have. So let's have food. So I'm gonna have a sandwich, which will need bread as a new item, and then I don't know, let's go meat or something, right? That would be easy. That will only take a few minutes to put together, and then consequently, let's see. I need some basic, like a bandage, so I'd need cloth. I've already got bandages and first aid kit. First aid kit's probably going to need some kind of chemical component, so I'll just create a generic chemical. Just be a file of something. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, there's guns. We could craft ammo. Sorry, a bit of a voice break there. Jeez. So I'm gonna just have a basic metal, gunpowder. Yeah, I think that's everything. I've got nails. I've got wood. So we could do like a barricade or something, for instance. All right. Okay, so you've got like a short list, and I'm just gonna go through it. So, sandwich is going to be an interesting one. Technically, I don't actually need to do the model for them for consumables necessarily, but I like the idea of using a 3D model to then make the icon, and then consequently I would have the model. So if we go to color, so we're going to want sort of a bread brown, which is closer. Actually kind of tricky because brown's quite hard to figure out because there's a lot of different varieties, but it's easy to go wrong because you either end up with like orange or yeah, like beige and things, which isn't quite that's probably pretty good for bread, but that's like the outside of it. So if I go closer to say, because the inner bits are actually closer to almost white. They're like a really light. What's that gonna give us? Yeah, even that looks a bit off. So yeah, when you start getting into these things, it's never quite as easy as you think it's going to be. Right, so I for the sake of argument, let's say this is going to be where's the size? There we go. A nice 13 by 13 will do. I think I can do that. Cool, and then make this 4 high. I have no idea. So obviously the inner bit's going to be different. So if I do this, okay, yeah. So these actually like are those colors. So if I go here, I'll have to remake it. I think it's probably about that. If I do paint, obviously it's not going to be perfectly square, but I'll fix that in a bit. But for now, Christ, how do we do this? So I don't know. Let's say there's some letters somewhere, so you go attach. So you could probably see it coming out a bit around here. It's all going to be about the side profile. So this middle section's almost irrelevant. So if I something like this, so you can see that there. Then maybe there's like oh damn it, that's probably quite light. That's better. And I don't know, some kind of tomatoey type thing going. It's got to be quite deep red. It's quite silly making 3D models of foods and things. I'll round these off as well at some point. We want a bit of stuff like hidden under there. And then I could put some other things around. So okay, let's go some kind of ham type meat perhaps. It's going to be closer to here. This is quite a tricky color actually, because it's almost white, but it's like white pink. It's already pretty funny. I just gotta have fun with this really. How much is that? Yeah, that's just not. That's probably good. And then if I go on the top, I could say something like this. Right. And then I could have more tomato. So it's like coming out here. And then going around here a bit. And then there could be like some layers that's come through around here. And then it actually trails off back here. I'll have a full look over it in a bit, just to make sure it makes sense. And then I guess if I go to orthographic and we get this, and we copy paste, and we just shimmy this up. Oh dear. Sure, why not? Okay, well, that's just silly. Cool. Okay, right. I'll work on the shape of this real quick. So, let's make it so we have if I do box selects, we take this, and we just hit move and we shift it back there. And then I do something the same on the other side. Whoops. And just mirror that. So some of it's coming out. Probably want a bit more on this side actually. So if I instead do that, because it's not perfectly even. Hang on, if I select about up to there. Yeah, that's probably fine. These don't have to be perfect, because otherwise I'm going to spend so long making all of this kind of stuff that I never get around to actually using it. I've done the same thing twice, so that's always good. Right, we want to start from here. And then shrink it inwards from there, right? Honestly. No. That looks right. Yeah, sure, okay. It's slightly disproportionate, which is usually what bread ends up being. Sure, why not? Right, okay, so we're on orthographic, so we get this, copy paste, V. Oh, I thought it was. Oh, that's weird. Sure, why not? Okay, so I think I need to paint this a bit. So it's like the meat's coming across there. Some letters there. Perhaps a bit less tomato there. A couple of slices on top of each other. It does end rather abruptly here, so I'm thinking perhaps add some a bit of lettuce going across like that. That's just so silly. Okay, cool. I could add another layer or something perhaps, but whatever. Cool, we have sandwich. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. What am I looking for? Voxel survival game. I'm just gonna make a new one and call it food. Sandwich. Wait, is it with a H? I don't think so. It looks wrong. Hang on, I've actually got. Why have I? Oh my god. Yeah, it is without. I'm just trying myself and saying it's fine. There we go. Right, sandwich. So I gotta take like a reasonable screenshot of it. So if I go to render, it, okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's funny. Sure. Uh, how have I got the other pictures? They're in here somewhere. I've got an icons folder thing. Icon. Where did I store the actual pictures? Weapons. So I had a whole load of icons that I downloaded. I'm suspecting they're quite neatly in a folder somewhere in here. Interesting. If I search for, because this icon folder is the in the actual engine icon folder. Have I done that? 539. Oh yeah, I guess it's okay. So if I try and find nails, it'd probably find something. I'll see if I've got them stored. I might have unfortunately lost all of the icons for the game, so we'll see if that turns anything up anytime soon. Okay, so we got this. For now, obviously I don't want a background. Is this a... it doesn't really matter too much. I don't think the... Where is the background? Am I just not seeing... it just might be easier if it was just white. Interesting. I guess it can have shadows on itself. I think that will be fine. Just gotta wait for it to finish rendering. Yeah, it looks like I have unfortunately lost all of the current icons, but it doesn't matter. I'll be replacing them soon enough. Do we just use snipping tool for this? Might as well. So I can cut that out. Should be able to do this. Remove background. And then save as PNG. I don't want to save it in here. It should be external and then copied in. So let's put it in. So you've got this voxel. So if I instead make one called icons, sandwich, there we go. And hopefully, if I then go to my new icons folder, it should be like, no, it doesn't not have a background. That's weird. Pretty sure I just delete the background for it, so how do I, hang on, there's a, that, no, okay. If I load Discord, I just want to find something that can, because sometimes what you view it in screws it up. If I just go here, drop it into my bot chat, or something, wherever that's gone. Bot test. Ah, damn it. Yeah, okay. I have Clip Studio Paint. There we go. See where this gets us. Right. It's one of these. This one. That. Delete. Save. Aha! Perfect. Okay, that's done it. Just close this. Right. Sandwich success. So now, without changing any actual code, so we go into here. You've got wood and nails, so we're going to go, well, we probably just want to copy. There you go. There's, I already have sandwich. Did I actually? Oh yeah, I've already got the full thing, but now, well, in theory, I would, yeah, copy and paste it and put it in. I'd completely forgotten, but now we've got a 3D model and a new icon. So if I go in here and we go to icons, so wherever, yeah, so I've got a sandwich like that. So if I delete this, I know it's a better icon, but I kind of be cool if it was mine. Looks good. So now if I hit play, we come over to, there should be a food box or something. Yeah, see, it hasn't, Have I done something differently with these? Format. The format's different. Whoops. Hang on, can I undo? No, okay. So what's different here? Compression default, dimension default, format DXT5, texture group wild. Inability, default. Where was that? What was it that was different? Because this one, yeah, it's just the format. BAERG. Can I change that? Oh no, it's not suitable. User interface. Oh, compression settings. Oh, I can get them both here. So that's default BC1. That's no mini maps. That's from texture group. Okay. Yeah, it's still. Oh, it fucking. Oh, I spelt it wrong. I straight up spelt it wrong. That's why it's not finding it. That's right, and I'll change that in here. Oh, I'm an idiot, as usual. Right. Oh God. Okay. Oh, hey, and it's got my new icon. Obviously, a bit hard to see because I'm not in full screen. Okay, that's really silly. Perfect. Right. That's just what I was looking for. Okay, cool. Right. So now we need bread. So this is what I was kind of going for. So if I go back to the model and I do save palette, and we save this in my, again, just somewhere like Vox, and we have, we just call it palette. Is that right? Is TT, oh, it's TT and not double L. Main palette, right. So if we go new, new project, yep. Delete. Oh, it's still got our color palette. I suppose it remembers it from the last part. So now we just need like a loaf of bread, right? So obviously we want some of this. And we can do a better job this time because we don't really have to care too much about some things. So if I do this, I do face, we just blend this up. Whoops. And then I do this. Cool, right. I could probably do some variation on this. It'd almost be like a gradient of browns, which is a bit tricky to sort out, but whatever. Anyway, so to keep this simple, we're just going to select all of this, copy paste. Oh, whoops. Something like that. Then we paint this. Oh, wow. I was wondering how that, oh, it's because I had it selected. And then we can move this across, and we can take one slice. Would it be thicker? Let's make it a bit thicker. Copy paste, move this, rotate. Oh, perfect. Got it right first time. Separate it from there. Cool. And yeah, let's round it off because it's a little square. So if I actually erase that, and then I do paint, and then I can do the same on here. Oops. It's that and that, that and that. It's the little things. Bread. Then we go to render. I mean, something like that. It's really cool. Okay. So, that should take I'm surprised it takes long at all, but I guess it's doing a lot more than I think it is. I can always improve these later now I've got them. I can sort it out another time. That would do. What's that? Text sections, okay. So now I can go into icons. Oh, I don't have a link. Let me sort that out as well. Come on, scroll up. So icons, bread. Right. Right. Did this save as... Yeah, it did. Hang on, let me just check. Survival game. Food. Yeah, cool. Okay. So we got this. Wherever it's gone, that. Delete. Save. Okay, now we can add a new one. Right, so in here, we copy sandwich. And we call this spread. We just assume we're gonna call it that. Don't know why it's lowercase. Other places. So this could be like a... If this was a proper food and it was an actual loaf of bread, let's say it was 60, and if you were crafting sandwiches, the idea would be you'd make multiple from one bit of bread. So you could use like bread, meat, and veg, and it would create like 7, 8 sandwiches or something like that, and it'd be various quantities and whatever. I'll figure out the stats another time. And bread only stacks once. Yeah, so this now adds bread as a concept to the game. And if I come into here, all I have to do is... So if I go into... So we've got loot boxes. I need another one for... folder somewhere. There we go. I'll call it food, just to be specific. Open this up. And now I can drag drop this, import all. And we get bread. It's quite small, of course, but this is, yeah, silly little bread model that we may or may not make use. Well, we'll have to make use of the... We'll probably need an alternate model for it compared to the icon, I suppose. But we'll cross that bridge another time. So if I now go into... So that's in voxel and there. I wish it would stop going to the thing. Right. And then we have this. So now we have bread.png, and all I have to do is run the game. Oh, hang on. I need to make it so bread can appear in certain crates. So if we come back to here, obviously we've got the lunchbox. So lunchbox is down here. So if I add bread to the lunchbox, and then run this again, that updates the data, goes in here. There's a lot of lunchboxes. Do you guys mind? Thank you. Right. Way. Right. Job's good. And now we... Oh, I died. Died carrying bread. Perfect. Let's just try and... I need to set up an immortality button or something. And they only stack once, and we can eat it because it counts as a food, and food is already pre-programmed to function. So it just worked. Oh, it's all coming together. Right. Now I need some kind of vegetable thing. This is... it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna have to add in like a eating model or animation at some point, and I'm surprised as I accidentally... I know, let's just round that off as well, because that's quite a bit. That's nicer. Okay. I could even go so far as to do that a bit. It's like the end of it, so it's a bit rounder, Oh, I could actually do it this as well. I'll get onto that another time anyway. Cool. And I'll try and figure out a way of making these materials have a bit of variance in them. Because when I do Cubicle, that lets you add noise to the materials. So it adds all of this built-in randomness to it. So it'd be really cool to have that functionality going on here, or I go and learn to do it manually, which might drive me insane. But I think you can do console. Yeah, you can do your own console-based things. So you figure out some kind of pattern, and you use the position, and you create a array, and the position cycles through the relative groupings of colors and blah blah blah, basically. And then you like regroup them all together and say it's one material is this, something like that. Right, so we want another new one, new project. It's gone brown. Right. So now we want. Oh, let's do a classic like steak. We just want this is technically the tomato red. So if we go for another, I'm thinking Looney Tunes style red, quintessential red steak. So we want something that's a bit roundish, but if we do, that looks about right. And I could cut away. Oh. Okay, I'm still trying to use the control scheme for the other app. Okay, just gonna bring that in a bit. I mean, this is looking less like the T-bone steak I was thinking, but if I cut that end off a bit more. Yeah, it probably shouldn't be perfectly flat. So if I attach from here to there we go. The red's a bit intense. Because, I mean, steaks normally about that. Yeah. And then, there's probably not going to be an easy way to do anything else. Then we just want a default white. It's probably going to be slightly grayed. We paint. It's obviously it's not perfectly straight. Something like that. Sure, why not? Cool. Most people know what that is. Yeah, if I join it, it looks a bit better. Perfect. And then we probably want a second pink meat color. So if I go here, whoops, I was already kind of close, but whatever. It's got to be slightly lighter. And if I go here, copy that, paste that, and then we shall lighten it up a bit. Oof, that's not good. That was darker. Uh, mm. Actually, I like that for the outside, just to give it slightly better color. Something like that. Cool, right? Again, nice and simple. Does the job. Let's call it mate. Right. Okay, get to render. I think it could afford to be slightly darker. Yeah, that's probably better. I think that's fine. I can make the shape better another time. Yeah, I haven't been in this position in a very long time where I can actually like produce things, just sit here and make stuff happen. Um, I've always been like writing the code and waiting for it to work and having it not work and so on and so forth. And yeah, I don't care that they're like low quality or anything. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's the all that matters to me is that I'm doing it at all. And eventually I'll have hundreds of assets, if not thousands, and I'll be in a much better position going forwards. Um, so if I go here and we preemptively add it to there, see, we could add another type of container as well soon. But let's make these have more items in them and add meat. So we come here, go here. This is going to give like 10. Actually, let's make it do minus and see if that works because it's like uncooked. I'm going to call this raw meat as well because we might want to add cooking in the future and this is like more specific. So actually, let's be more specific in here as well. All right. We probably want it to be not like that, or at the very least like that. Meat. So we've added meat, added it to the box. We run that. We come into here. We drag it into here. It's added, and then we literally hit run. Find the lunchbox. Oh, none of them had any meat in them. I mean, it is still random chance, right? So, uh, hmm. I ought to disable the AI spawning so I don't have to go through this every bloody time, but okay, that's concerning. But why are there why are there guns coming up in the box? Oh, wait, is that what it yeah, raw meat. I saved it there. Right. Why is that coming up in the lunchbox of all things? Okay. Somehow there was a gun appearing in a lunchbox, so I'm not entirely sure how I've managed that one. Sure, why not, I guess. Raw meat, I'm gonna say it sucks 5 times as well. Right, we've definitely run it. Pictures there. It's in the list. Maybe we're just getting really unlucky with the RNG. Yeah, there's test weapon coming into... That shouldn't be possible. Why is test weapon? How odd. So if I go into... I've got to look into this. That's weird. So the lunchbox seems to be acquiring things it shouldn't. That's the point. I am actually running the right... Yeah. Yeah, table was empty. Okay, cool. So if we come out into here... somewhere, Unreal Projects, this... source, tables, right. So container items and container data. I added a plugin to Notepad++ to visualize CSVs, and it's beautiful for this because I don't have to open it in Excel to quickly look at them anymore. So we're looking at Lunchbox, which is ID 8. So anything with an 8, here we go. So you can see 8 has, oh, it's got -1 being added to it. So that means it's not finding the relevant item. Oh, it's because I called it raw meat, not meat. Right, there we go. I probably ought to do a thing for that. So if I do this, right, in here, I need to do a, this out, and say item not found plus name. Oh, whoops, there we go, right. So now if I run it, good. Right, that would be why. It is the fundamental flaw of using strings, but it makes it visually better. Oh, hey! Right, we've got raw meat, and if I eat this, yeah, my food's going down. It's kind of hard to see there, but yeah, cool, right. I can actually use this to test whether my health goes down with it as well. It should be, yeah, I'm losing health because I've got 0 food. Perfect, right, so that's another one added. I can't even begin to fathom the severe amount of items I need to create for this game. It's going to be absolute insanity. But at least I'm getting past the default, the icons that I scalped off of online. Much credit to the people who made them, but they'll only last a few more months of development, I hope, because I should be constantly replacing everything with 3D models and then pictures of the 3D models and so on and so forth. Have to make little bullets. Right. Okay, so we're getting there. Right, I will be back imminently. I really need to get somebody to do my BRB screen for less than £100. Getting a little ridiculous. Uh-huh. Oh, good grief. I've been growing my hair for like the last year plus, and I've finally got to the point where it can fly straight into my mouth every time I move. It's driving me slightly insane at the moment, so I'm going to actually have to start doing something about it. Right, models. Eat bread, veg of some persuasion. Veg is going to be a little more tricky because they're a bit more intricate, potentially. Fruit and no, not fruit and veg, just veg, right? Model delete. So I'm thinking of doing it almost like a fruit bowly type thing, but it's just a variety of things. So like this, for instance, I can make a. Do we have? Does this actually have shapes? Hmm. Voxel mode. What is it? Can change size. Control Alt. Oh. Oh, whoops. Okay. Cool. Oh. Oh, I have to remember that. All right, so we could have like an onion. I'm thinking we could do and I need to. I'm gonna have to do this manually, I suspect. So if I did this, I think my phone's ringing, unfortunately. I can't really do much about that at the moment. Most likely my dad, which is fine. I'll do this for a while longer and get back to them in a bit. So something like this, right? Oniony like thing. Um, it's just so okay, whatever. Right. And then we want obviously a carrot. Right, so we're gonna have one laying down, and I suppose I should do it as a sphere as well. Oh, so you get 2D Control Alt. Okay, okay. So if I do there's this, and then I want to do it. Oh, that's so awkward. Because I want this, but I want it at a 45-degree angle. Let's find out. So if I do that, and then I select it, I've never actually used this side of things. So for a start, I think that's the right one. Yeah. Okay, so if I rotate this like that, let's say I wanted it about here. I wonder. Flip, loop, shear, rotate. Okay. To be fair, that's not bad. It's a good enough start because all I have to do is attach some more. Or I could do this. Aha. And like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. And then we erase and we go voxel and we like trim this down. Something like that. Flatten it off a bit more. I don't know why I'm doing well. Hang on, it needs to come to a point like here-ish. This might take a bit of tweaking. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be quite small. That's probably what she said at some point, I'm sure. Okay, I kind of need a thing on top as well. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, it's still a little off in places. So obviously not going to be great. Um, oh, I love it. Right. And then I guess we could do the voxel cube again for the green on here just to give it some starting point and then like manually. Carrots are quite long strands, aren't they? Oh dear. Um, oh, there's a cube attach. Um, so I could do. And if I do delete that, oh, good grief, this is a bit awkward. There we go, right. It doesn't quite do what I was expecting. Off center it a bit. Oh dear, this is going to be like diagonally up. All this for an icon. Looks like some kind of monster. But, you know, again, is whatever. Tomorrow would be cool. Voxel. So like that. We're not going to make anything rude either. If I do this and avoid doing what I was found, if I shimmy these across and up. Oh, whoops. Yeah, let's call it veg. And then something like that. Tomatoes have like a more spiky, immediately spiky thing going on. Like a little stump. That does not have a center. There we go. Oh, whoops. There. I'll get better at winging these at some point. Make it a little erratic. Asymmetry makes things look a lot better for the most part. Alright, cool. You know, I quite like that. That's pretty good. Uh, I gotta wait for it to finish first. Something like that. Save. Veg. Icons. Veg. Probably ought to leave this open, eh? Select that. Delete. Save. Close. Oh, just as I say it. I'm good at this. I'm sure. I swear. Right. We want to go back to here. Close others. Right, so now we need this, and we go raw veg as well, because we want to keep it consistent. There shall be cooked and uncooked. Raw veg is actually good for you. Not the best, but it's valid. Raw veg. Perfect. Okay, so that's just another one done. If I go, I'm pretty sure I added it to the thing. Yeah, there it is. We build that. Come in here. Whoops. Add this into. Oh, fine. Add this into here. Hit play. Oh god, they're got mountain goat capabilities now. Hey, raw veg. Oh, that's really cool. I'm actually yeah, okay. Oh, damn it, I died just before I could take a screenshot. Oh god, quick. Oh no, there's none. Quickly. I'll send that to someone later. Cool. Actually, I'll do it now, so I will forget. Actually, that was my. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got the basis for a few things. That's yeah, meat, bread, veg, sandwich. Oh yeah, okay, reload it. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Right. So, where do we stand? Where's my list? Oh, close the list. Oh, I'm so good at this. Right. There we go. Sandwich bread meat, it didn't have veg, so cloth, chemicals, metal. Cloth is going to be interesting. If I do new projects. So, textiles thing, so let's go for the classic scroll style cloth. Oh, whoops. Don't know what I just did, but okay, okay, so we want something. God, this is real trippy, right? Thank you. Usually it's kind of a browny beige. I'm thinking of like a roll, like a rolled up scroll kind of thing. I guess that could be paper as well, but like the most usual one I can think of is several rolls and then it like unfurls out at the end and it's a bit tattered or something. That's going to be quite hard to represent without negative space. Because realistically, so if I were to do, say, a square, this orthographic camera is pretty fucking me up, right? There we go. Oh, perspective, I think. So, or is it isometric? No, this is definitely for perspective, right? Okay. So we got this. So it would be not quite white. Okay, so we got that. So we want let's see, this is, does it say the size anywhere? No, I guess it wouldn't. So that's like, do I have a grid? 2, 4, 5 by 5. So that's probably good to have like a center. Let's go with 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah. So realistically, I would do something like this. And then do this. You have it like that. And then you can't really show it very easily. I would probably have a different color. And it would be really close to it. But slightly darker. If I collapse this down, and without the grid, there, right. Is that mimicking anything? Yeah, okay, cool. Good grief, it's really hard to tell the difference. Right, I mean, you do it so it comes down here, across here, down there, and across there like that. uh, hmm. And then you color the back end faces. Yeah. Just trying to show a bit of definition, I suppose. And like attach with this. And then we can erase and like, I think it's the Y one no, it's the X one that's doing that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Perhaps the corners here. Oh, no, they're like wrapped up on top of each other. Would it be like that? Oh no, I know. It would be paint this like that. So it's folded around in on itself. I don't know. It's also round, so you know you raise the corners. Let's just wing it a bit. I think it's kind of fine. Most people would see this and at least potentially think cloth. I hope so. Yeah, the front's a little much. Let's cut out that much and then do something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Cloth. And let's actually change this so it's slightly more significantly darker. And then if I do paint and face on there. Cool. So if I go render. And if can I change the angle? That's the pitch. So that's that. 200. Okay, 100. So that's still behind it. So 250. 300. 275. Yeah, that gives it a bit better definition. Just see. Sure, why not? Right. go. Right, now we've got some cloth. That would do. Let me go to that, open it, do this, delete, save. It's cropped off a bit more than anticipated. Or is that, oh no, those gaps are just not properly rendered. Okay. Whatever, it's going to be far too small to notice. Then we come back in here. And now we want to add cloth. So we come here. So we want to copy nails, for instance. Cloth probably, I'm making, hang on, let's put these back to sensible values. Nails could probably stack to 100. Cloth could stack to, yeah, 20 sounds fine. So we call it cloth. Cloth. And then we want to add it to, so this is the wooden crate, but let's call it building supplies crate. And we're just going to rename this supplies crate. Yeah, whatever. Do this, and cloth. Right. We go. Fold that. Back into here, back here. Shove it in there. Come into here. Right, oh good. We've got one right in front of us. And we have cloth. Let's expand that. Hey! Nice. Alright, so we've now got, yeah, bread, veg, cloth. Cool. We are speed running, 3D modeling, and item creation. I think I came up with a short list once somewhere, maybe on my Trello or something, and it was like getting to well over 100+ items. Like this is like a standard thing I started making. You know, these are like house things, loot boxes. You know, so I still got to make stuff. You know, I've got to do books and bookcases and filing cabinets and computers and wrenches, screwdrivers, and so on and so on and so on. So you just, yeah, I've just got to keep going as much as I can to just make the game feel a bit more like any other survival game, basically. Because besides the being shot by AI and things, the weapons and stuff are here. Everything's kind of working. You can go into loot boxes, you take items out, the items function, you know, you can equip things, you can die, and so on. So, it's fundamentally, once I've got the crafting system in and the building system, I just need to make more things. I do like seeing this though. I definitely need to consider making the numbers a bit easier to read, but that'll come with time. Also, I still really love my little lunchbox, so you know, it's pretty cute. Medical case is quite nice as well. Little medical briefcase. And a tools box and just a generic wooden crate. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I mean, yeah, just over an hour as well, and I've made like seven things, 5. 4 done. No, whatever. Right, okay. So I want to make like a barricade, I guess. That would be pretty easy. So we go save, new, I'm in render. I was like, why isn't anything being deleted? Right. So we want the wood colors, so we can use the same as the bread, because why not? And all we want is a... Do we want an angled barricade? I suppose so. So we would have, say, like wooden pillars. How well does this rotate? Let's find out. 2D. Actually, if I just do this. So if I do that, put it here, rotate. Oh god, what axis is that? That Y? Yeah. Aha! Okay, that's perfect. Right. Cool. So, I mean, that'll do basically. So all I'm going to do is this. Do that. And then we want, attach. Something like that. If I duplicate, is it Y? Yeah. I wish I could. That would do. Alright, cool. Obviously there's going to be something across here. And there's like nails in it, so we could do this, so we do paint. If I scale this back. Oh, bolts, I suppose. Let's do it evenly. Something like that, and then about here. One more back. Oh. Something like that. Get this, paint. And there's going to be like a stronger section here. Whatever, right. Cool. Barricade done. Wood, nails. Cool. So if we save this. Barricade. Let's get rid of that corner bit. Just to give it a bit more. Let's leave that. Right, cool. So that's good. And then for instance, I can go to this. Let's make it a bit darker. If we go to render, we can say this is actually metal. 100%. Is that changing the whole model? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, hang on. Okay, so toggling all. We go to all, we put 0, toggle it off, and then we select that. We say they're metal. We make them about 39 roughness. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, the sun, 150. Oh, that's gone to 90. Is that not? Okay, 10. And let's make this 200. So it's at an angle. Probably 250 to pull it back round. Actually, let's make it go on the opposite side. That's better. The light's kind of going across it now, sort of that way. Right, cool. That's pretty good. That would do. New. Barricade. I have to do this manually. Delete. That's alright. It's that that's not. There's. Not quite wide in mind. Fill, new tone. Okay. Is freeform somewhere. It has been a while. Selection, clips, lasso. Shall I correct that at some point? We'll just do a lazy approach here. Eraser, we want this. I think. Yeah, hang on. We want to do something like that. It's about there, and then this should be able to pick that up, that up. It's difficult because I kind of don't know. I do want to preserve the shadow, but I don't mind too much. Cut it off there or something. And there's obviously a section here. And it's like here to here. Nah, it's not very natural. I need a way of I need something different. I'm not sure why. Where's the actual background for this? Can it discern like Man. Because it's like a gradient effect it's doing. I don't want that. Maybe this is one that's best not having the sun. Or I do that and it's a lot more intense and obvious. Because this is what's screwing it up. See if I have the sky, it's like a light blue. This is just the background. Let's move this more round. Faffing around a bit too much with this one, but I don't know. I'd say it's probably worth it now. Barricade. Alright, let's see if this can do any better. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna... invert, delete. And then if I do the magic thing on here. Nah. Man. Surprised I haven't run into this before. Oh, that's gonna ruin it. Yeah, no, I can't do it with this one. Is there a different... Oh, no, that wasn't wise. Shading is... I used to remember there was... Oh, whoops. Okay, let's try a different thing in here. This is the problem, it's still not... It's gonna make it even harder. So if I then... So I did the sun, I made it like that. Oh shit, SanDisk. Not quite what I meant. Is there anything else I can do here? That will help. So if I turn the sky off, I make this white. There we go. So there's no gradient anymore. But yeah, I probably want to make the sun 30. 30, 30. No, let's make this 20. And make this 20 as well. Or let's do 350. 330 maybe. Yeah, no, we wanted to go the other way realistically. So if I go back to say 50. 80 perhaps. Bit of shading, there we go. That's all I really wanted. Right. We can actually see what it is. So if I save that, barricade, save, yeah. Close it. Go into here. We're getting somewhere. This time it should. There we go. Right. Happy with that. Okay. Alright, I'll do that with them going forwards because, you know, it's easier that way. So I don't want to make this item that necessarily appears in the chests, but for now I will. Where's all my other stuff? So I have barricade, stacks once. I'm guessing it's going to be that. And for now, it can end up in the supplies crate. I swear I put double R in. Okay, cool. We go here, here. 11. Alright. Have any of them spawned? No, I have to go again. I forget what play actually is. It is Alt P. There we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Barricade. Perfect. That's all I wanted. Alright, well we know it works as a functional item, so there you go, cool. Now I've got to work on the concept of placeable items and hotbars on top of it. I will cross that bridge another time. For now I can just remember what hotkeys do what. Right, what else are we looking for? Wood, nails, cloth, metal. I mean, we've got nails, but yeah, we could probably do with like metal. I like the idea of girders for metal. It's a pretty. Or is there a. Most people do like. I could do sort of assorted scrap. So if I do a new project, delete. Pardon me. Hmm. Okay. I could do like a metal rod that is. That's probably the most I'm willing to go. How do I... Because that's just going to keep... Okay. And there's attach. How do I make it like go on top entirely? Okay, well if I do 2 in a row, and then I go to the side of orthographic, delete, oh, it's not quite deleting that. That looks about right. Okay, so I've got 1, and then I can do this, side, select, copy paste, sorry, copy paste, move, then we do copy paste, there we go. Cool. Okay, so that's like a metal rod. I kind of want to do like a cog or something. So if I were to do, I like this because I can have a lot of fun with it. So if I do flat 2D and I do this and then I do erase, I do that, and then I do attach and I do that, then we go attach voxel, do that. Oh, it ended up being a square. Do this. Okay, cool. Then select, we go above, we do this, rotate X. Oh, it is doing it, but it's because it's in the ground, right? If I... Okay, cool. It's a kind of a coggy-like thing. If I get like another one going there. And then I can like... What else would be good here? Or should I put them on like... Actually, should I move this out here? It doesn't like that. Okay, if I flatten that again and I create a copy, I put it there. Right, cool. And I just like put it about here. Then we take this one, we rotate it 45 degrees, and then move it to position. So it's about over here. Lower grass. Let's... If I shift this so it's on the floor, we collapse that. Make them the same? No. Okay. Make them closer. Maybe a little bit on the rusted brown side. Like that. Right. 40, 40. Okay. Well then what else? And if I go 50, 50. Let's round that up a bit more. Oh, it's not quite symmetrical. Oh god, okay, let's make it symmetrical then. We want this. Copy paste, move. We want to rotate it like that. Put it on the end. I'm getting better at this. Yeah. Kind of need just like a metal sheet, I suppose. So if I get another color, so if we take this, we go here. Whoops. This. And we head much closer towards grey, but darker. Attach. It's kind of a green, which isn't quite what I had in mind. That would do, but no. Okay, how do we approach this one? So if I do grid, kind of want to alternate that. I think. Yeah, something like that. So if I now go up here, go from above. So do I delete? Oh no, I delete this. So up to there. Select this. Oh, actually, I select this. Copy paste. Road. Is it flip X? Flip X. And then I go above again. Select this. Copy paste. Okay. So it's kind of a sheet metally like thing. Let me select it all and then we. No. Oh, I was really hoping that would work. It doesn't matter. Because I can just select this, move it along here, then select all of this, copy paste. Again, it's not perfect. I actually think it needs to all collectively be touching, so let's actually move that across there, this down here, and then we just progressively do this. There we go, more of a continuous thing. We can remove some gaps. Something like that. Just a bit of erratic erosion. Not perfect. Cool. I still don't like the color, but I'll get round to that later. Right, and then we can shimmy this on over here. Right, so it's going to be something like that. Let me turn off the grid. Cool, why not? Alright, render. Why is it? Um, Interesting. So these are all like metallic. So that's going to be metal, but fairly rough. This, these are going to be metal, really rough. And then, oh, hang on. Yeah, that sun's not, hmm. Sun's not really helping us such here. We kind of want, we need the intensity, but we want to like 360. Okay, we want this at like 200 maybe. Sun's going that way, so we want it 260. Don't really know what the area of it's doing. Sun area. Okay, so like 100. Oh right, yeah, it's so 90 straight down, so you want like 60. I want it on the other side, so like 40. We always want it coming from behind. Why show sun disk doesn't seem to be working, which is odd. Yeah, because so the sun's coming from there. We want this at a really shallow angle. So if this is 340, so it's coming like there. I don't know why I can't seem to. What's 150 do for us? There we go. Right. It's not great. Oh man. This one's tricky. That's taking it more around there. So 240 that way. So we definitely wanted like 100. Am I making this up? How did I get it? Ah, problem is it's never gonna quite look right, especially with the metal values I'm using here. I mean, let's just reduce everything down. kind of hoping for a rusty aesthetic. I don't think it's the best representation of metal, to be honest, but it's all right. Yeah, it'll do. Oh, I've called it metal and with an upper capital. That's fun. I don't know. I've got to stop being so pedantic about these things, eh? Metal. Right, let's just go new. We'll rename that one. Has it been saving in here? It has, yeah. Uh, we'll put those in the right places another time. Okay, and then we come into icons. So if I select this, like much darker. Man, yeah, I think I need much higher definition and a lot more variance and things. For like metals and stuff, but it's whatever. Right, okay, well if I go back here, here, that's materials, icons, and it goes. Alright, and then we go into here, go again, arcade, metal, oh I've spelt it wrong again. Good job. Somewhere in here. Metal. Metal. Metal's gonna stack, I know, 10 times. Give it to that. Do that, do that, do this. 11. I mean, it's not the worst in the world. I think it's too busy. It needs one thing, or just the cogs resting against the rod or something. I do like it all though. Reminds me of like stone half level of stuff. I mean, I am quite proud of the veg. The veg was quite fun. As yeah, a little bit of veg. Sandwich is kind of ridiculous as well, and I love it. Okay, cool. Right, nice. Oh dear. Okay, I can fix them another time. Um, right. Where do we stand? We've done most of the basic things. So there's chemical and gunpowder now. Gunpowder's a... Can I... I mean, gunpowder's pretty trivial, actually. If I... So it's like powdery stuff, right? So it's gonna be probably best if I go voxel attach that 2D, and we do something like that. Um, Something like that. That'll do. Pretty easy. Come on. There we go. That'll do for gunpowder. Why not? I'm sure it's a darker color. I mean, let's do that. That. Render. Oh, interesting. It's remember the metallic nature, which it is not. Blend. That's interesting. Hmm. Cloud material. Ah, hmm. Think it's. I mean, this is close. Interesting. I wonder. Oh dear. So that makes it softer. It's actually pretty cool like that, but it's just a little too out of phase. 'Cause, yeah, if I put it back to diffuse, I almost want it to be a blend of that. I mean, the transparency is pretty cool. Because it's making it. It's so dark. Nah, it's just gotta. It's gotta be this and. Let's lighten it up a bit. The emit's interesting. Because it makes it a light, but it's like. So LDR. Low dynamic range. That's not going to help. This is not enough for that to function. I'm just thinking if it's like glass, it kind of blends. I don't know. It doesn't matter too much. Right, yeah, I really got to stop faffing around. It's having some trouble with this one. It's quite difficult. So there's a few things which you can only realistically represent with actual icons. 3D models don't really do it justice. Gunpowder. Let me open that. Delete. Save. Right, another one. Same as this. Too lazy to type. Same again. Supplies great. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Gunpowder. You come up to here, and this could probably stack like 100 times. Let's say. You run it. Do this. Back in here. Drag it in here. F11. P. Go and find that supplies crate. Quick before I die. No, there's none in that one. And there's no more, so now this is more likely. Nope, and oh, off to a good start. Did it not? Gunpowder, gunpowder. Is it spelled the same? Looks like it. And in here, gunpowder, gunpowder. We've added it. If I open it, does it? Yeah. Oh, I haven't saved it. Okay, so it probably was mid in use. Oh, I really got to get rid of the tracer lines and stuff. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Why is this one suddenly not working? So if I close all of these, the others are working whilst it's open, so it's not that. It exists. It's there. It's a PNG. We exported it. It's trying to find it, so it knows that it needs to find it. Metal, gunpowder, I folder, gunpowder. Stacks up to 100 times. How weird. Re-imported it. Maybe that's the reason. No. Has it got spaces in it or something? Is that how what I've done? Gunpowder. Right, if I delete it and I copy it in again. Okay. I'm stuck on them. Literally didn't bother spawning any. It's crazy. There's no crates this time. Oh no. What is happening? There we go. Of all the odds, you'd think I'd get a bit more. What? Right. Failed to add redirect. Oh. How do there's a way of clearing those out. Tools. I think it's one of the right click options on the content browser. Let's just have a look. UE5 here. Okay, cool. Is it here? Nope. Right click a redirector. Yeah, how do I? We'll delete the redirect. Oh. Hmm. Nope. Okay. Let's try again. Really need to increase the movement speed of the character. Actually, let's do that as well, because that's gonna help a lot. Somewhere I've got the player character. Player. It's this. Right. Oh yeah, now we're moving. So it's failed to add redirect from texture gunpowder to texture. So if I delete it and I add it again. None. Nope. This is going to get more and more challenging as we do this. Right. Still, yeah. Okay. Core redirect. Failed to add redirect from. They're identical. Oh, hang on. Have I deleted a... Ah. Right. That's why I'm missing a comma at the end. Not a comma. Apostrophe. Because this starts with one. And it's on me to... I need to sort that out because that's probably going to happen again in the future. I have no doubt. Right. Well, hey, gunpowder. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly that's, some powdery type thing. So yeah, it's fine. Oh, I died. I really need to cancel the drag when you die as well. Cool. Got a sandwich. Sandwich almost looks magical. It's got kind of an aura. Alright, so there should be quite a lot going on here. Nice. Lots of gunpowder. You just take some of that, some metal. Bit more metal. Got any more gunpowder? I'm going to die in a second. Cool. All seems to be working. Yeah, the metal's definitely a little too complicated of a model. I really do like those. Oh, I need to redo Hound before I forget, because that will come back to bite me later. We've got to apply that. Oh, the guy I was talking to who's actually done the work for 3D model imports of Magica Voxel did an update and I haven't tested it yet. So I probably ought to. Let me see, cause he made it so if you import models, it actually adds the materials separately. So if I go into food, and let's say we take the veg, we do import. Oh, that's so cool. Such a simple thing. Yeah, no, it's still not there. Interesting. That's really funny. I like it a lot. It's just silly. Oh wait, I guess they also fixed something else. Let's see if I can change the scale. And coincidentally, does it have any collision at all? No. So I go back into here. Burrows in the floor. Alright, where's the veg gone? I put it there, here it is. So it should. Yeah, it's got collision. Nice. Oh wow, that was shiny. Damn. Very pretty, right. This is pretty silly. Okay, and these should highlight now. Yeah, cool. Quick, get the military vest on. I take slightly less damage. I could swap out for the military legs and take even more. Heal up. Oh, they killed me. Wonderful. Seem to be disappearing into my chair again. I keep not sitting up straight. Wonderful, right. The medical crate should still be working. Yeah, cool. Got some sandwiches. So if we go to lunch boxes, yeah, raw veg, raw meat. Perfect. And we can eat things. Yeah, nice. It's all coming together. It's the simple things. Can also, actually make some semblance of walls and things. Yeah, some kind of barricades, so I don't just get shot on sight by everything all at once. There you go. They're all separate groups of AI. And in theory, I can gather them all up from behind here. And they should all peek out around the corners. Oh, they're having some trouble with that one. There's a large group there. They seem to be having some difficulty with these. I wonder why. Maybe they were getting stuck on each other. Anyway. Right, I mean, I don't need them to be quite so big. That will probably do. They need to be monolithic. Eee. Oh, it's an army. Oh man, they're so accurate. There's me like sprinting and they are like, look at that. Every bullet's hitting me as I'm moving. Cool. All right. Always good fun to be shot to bits in the afternoon, or evening even. Right. That's quite a lot of good progress there. Now I have the basic stuff that I could yawn with. That I can use to start making recipes for a crafting system. I do need to pop to the shop, so I will probably do so imminently. Oh, now. But yeah, thanks for watching if you are here. I'm just, oh, it's actually progressing. Like, I didn't think I would be doing this level of stuff, almost ever, because all the systems are breaking every now and then, and I would try and import things and it wouldn't work, and I couldn't figure something out, and you just end up in this infinite loop of like not quite being able to get things working, and it's just the most obnoxious thing ever. It's you spend half your life trying to figure one tiny little thing out, only for it to be something you didn't know about or could never have, and yeah, it really ruins it, makes it really challenging. But doesn't matter. Cool, everything's looking good. Yeah, we're getting there. Well, it's fundamentally a functional game with some basic survival elements, and I need to add some base building, some crafting, and then make the AI more dynamic and interactive, so they run for cover, and they know, they like don't just stand and shoot at you, and they dodge around a bit and stuff. Not Call of Duty style, but obviously they maneuver, crouch maybe, all that kind of stuff. And then make AI patrols that walk between the areas, and then make the AI fight each other. So there's then this whole faction reputation system, and they'll have little skirmishes and actually like claim areas and take over the missions. And coincidentally, the loot will change based on the faction that owns it and the mission, and so on and so on and so on. Ah, all good fun. So yeah, I will. We're getting there. It is getting actually progress, and then the best thing about all of this is I can reuse all of it to make another game. So the item system, the missions, the loot spawning system, all of that. Even if I just copy and paste it and change it, I can just do that. I can clone the entire game and just remake the bits that I need to for like the RPG I'm going to be making. And so I have all the same concepts, the inventory will work in the same way, and there'll still be loot tables and AI groups that spawn with specific stuff. And then it's just a case of making all the extra things that it didn't account for, or tweaking how it works. Maybe the missions aren't random and they're like specific things, and then I have to implement like main story quests as well as basic quests and experience and so on and so forth. So yeah, but that's the thing, you build a logic base and then you reuse the logic base, and as you fix it in one game, you fix it in the next, and then you make separate libraries of functions to reuse across all of your projects, and blah blah blah. Getting there. Cool. Right, I will stop there, and I'll see you guys around.